Yep, welcome, lovely to see you. A brand new show, a brand new series, live and late we are on the TV at the moment. And I thought I was getting fed up with all those newspaper articles that keep calling me a fat, bald git. Some of the popular press really can't spell, so I've got myself, and I was looking in the morning, it looks quite nice, a brand new hairstyle for a brand new series. And you know, this is real hair. The only problem is it doesn't belong to me, it belongs to a friend of mine, Cleo Rocos. Give her a round of applause, at least standing in here, that's all right, okay. Welcome back in a brand new studio. What do you think of the studio? It's rather nice, isn't it?
Arriba, it
yes?
spells Arriba
you like
to
this?
me.
Good, good. And we're talking tonight about arranged marriages. You nearly had one, didn't you?
Oh.
Yeah, rumours about Cleo and I are completely untrue, all right? Completely untrue. A lot of people said a lot of nasty things about us, didn't they? Now, tonight, arranged marriages. If you have any views on arranged marriages, we'd like you to ring. The number is the same. There's the number on the screen for you. Have a little look at that, 0532 46 1000. Have you been forced into an arranged marriage? Are you likely to be forced into an arranged marriage? Or perhaps you're one of those funny people who can't get anybody to share their life with and you'd like to have an arranged marriage. Well, we have news for you a little later on. And we have all sorts of other things. I've got to say, actually, a couple of bits while we've been off enjoying our summer holidays. The man who picked me up somewhere in South Kensington and took me to LBC during the summer and didn't make me pay for the taxi fare, I wanted to say thank you to him. And to Rick Blacksall, I think he's a producer on Radio 1. Rick, you owe me something, all right, for using part of my program, and I would like it back. I want you to get in touch with the producer and sort it all out, Rick. You've been a very naughty person. Okay, in the meantime, I think we'll have a little music. And our first video on the show tonight, we have some live music from River City people later, but the first video is from Zouk Machine and Mal Don. Here it is. Zouk Machine and Mal Don, an exclusive on the Whale Show tonight. That was good, I like that. Do you like that?
Yes, I juggled my buttocks feverishly.
Yes, I thought your buttocks were rather well juggled myself. Now, because this is you're out of breath, aren't you?
Yes, I
You're
am.
all puffed out. What a shame. Did you know yesterday was World Animal Day and the RSPCA, amongst others, were inviting people to take a pet home?
Oh, I wasn't invited.
No, I know, I wasn't invited either. I thought it was rather disgusting, actually. I don't know why people should be... What are we doing? Why people should take a pet home one day more than another. Now, look. As this is a new studio, and as we are live, follow moi. Do you like this sign over here? It's rather nice.
It's lovely.
Very nice.
It's real neon, too.
It's real neon, yes, real neon. This is a real sign. And we thought we'd just take you around, show you the new studio so you get the layout. Remember the number to ring. We want phone calls on arranged marriages. We've got lots of other funny phone calls we'll probably take a little later on. But arranged marriages would be nice. So if we go up here outside, it's rather regal, isn't it? Very regal indeed. We'll just pop in here. This is where your phone calls, when you ring us in a few moments, come. And they're brought into here, as I said earlier on, talking, oh, that's rather nice from the back. I haven't seen that from the back. Rather good. Yes, arranged marriages. This is Louise here, who's taking your calls. Oh, she's got a nice headset. I like those. Very good indeed. Louise, of course, we're trying to find a husband for. If anybody's interested, give us a call, and we'll see if we can arrange that sort of marriages. Not to forget Sarah over here taking your other calls. Are they coming out okay? Good? Fantastic. Colin in the corner didn't want to be referred to. But I don't know, we'll get a quick look at Colin over there. Busy, Colin? Very busy. Very busy. Good, 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 good. So that's nice, isn't it? Nice room for the phone calls. And out here we have the outside reception. We have a few ordinary people, some of our guests here who are going to join us a little bit later on, and some here ordinary kind of scumbag people who just came off the streets, as it were. You know this one, Paul Young. Nice to see you, Paul. Very good. You didn't know? Yeah, Paul Young. Look at them all look, you see. I've seen you. You're on that new TV series, aren't you? What are they called? I've forgotten now. And outside, you turn around, you get a little shot outside. You can see that's outside, really. That's rather nice. Over here, I'm told that we've just had a little problem. Some of our lights have gone, but it doesn't matter, really. This is the... come on, Cleo. For goodness sake, I'm showing you around the studio. For goodness
You're moving at a pretty pace.
Yes, I know. This is the gents.
Oh,
this is,
boys talk.
Cleo, don't you want to come in here? Oh, I see, OK. And as you can see, this is a new bog for when we do On the Bog. We even have a disabled On the Bog, so we're keeping it all together. Very nice indeed. Not used. It's not a real toilet. It's oh, perhaps it is. Blast. And these work. Yeah, these all work. Everything works. Okay, now back to the seriousness. And this is, of course, the. Why wouldn't you come in there?
Where?
In there.
Oh, I hardly noticed where you went.
Oh, see, okay, fine. Now, back over here. Anybody, sit anywhere you like over there. Sit over
thank
here.
you.
Whilst, this is the sort of reception area where we invite people to come and talk to us, and who knows, maybe you can be on a show a little later on yourself. Are you okay down there? Got Chris on camera 3. Very good, that's his thumb. Nice as well, very nice indeed. Let's get back to the business of arranged marriages.
Whaley goes to town.
This is Sunrise Radio.
Sunrise Radio.
1413 kilohertz in London and 103.2 FM in West Yorkshire on the transmitters of BCR. This is the Family Show, Family Productions on Sunday afternoon, designed to bring families together for the purpose of marriage. So if you've got a daughter or a son looking for a match, the number to call right now is 081.
Just down the road from Heathrow Airport are the offices and studios of Sunrise Radio. Avtar Lit is the managing director and also the presenter of this somewhat unusual program. The show's been on the air for 9 months, and despite the original opposition from the IBA, it's the most successful Asian radio show in Britain.
I'm looking a match for my son.
You're looking for a match for your son?
Yeah.
Right.
He's 31.
Right.
We are Brahmins.
Yeah.
And he's a Manglik.
Arranged marriages is a sort of evolving process. It's grown up over the years. When the Asians first came here in 1950s and 60s, whatever they were doing in India or Pakistan, they couldn't find the type of jobs which they wanted to do. So mum and dads ended up labouring or owning corner shops. As the economic position of the family changed, the children went to universities, so they became doctors, dentists, lawyers, etc. So the social class of one family changed. The children were sort of middle working class people. The parents were probably of the labouring kind. So the problem arose is that traditionally mums and dads picked up their brides and grooms from a circle of friends and social family gatherings. But in this particular case, mum and dad didn't have the social status for their children who might be a doctor. So the radio really played its part by bringing the marriage seeking partners into high-tech 90s. It is a tradition within the Asian community, and I think it's no longer arranged as it used to be. I mean, in the 50s and 60s, if I just go to the history of arranged marriage in this country, in 50s and 60s, even the people living in the UK, Asian people living in the UK, when they got married, the bride and the groom would not meet until they were after married. In the late 60s, people began to sort of start exchanging photographs. In early 70s, it was quite common for the bride and groom to actually meet before the wedding. A little later on, families start getting together. So it has evolved to a point whereby now families do actually communicate with each other. Boy and girl actually meet each other, probably go out for a dinner or whatever, and to other social engagement before they get married.
They wouldn't have sex, though, would they? I mean, there wouldn't be any kind of relationship like that.
Obviously, the parents would probably hope. The answer is no, but obviously there would be some people rather impatient to actually sort of waiting. The Asians have always considered themselves to be sort of very moral race, and the fact is that you will probably find Kama Sutra, which would be very popular in the Western homes, in the Western couples, but not so much within the Asians themselves. I don't think they're going to stand and start apologizing for their past. You see, West London really is the largest concentration of Asian community outside India and Pakistan. And because of the social changes within families, the requirements at one stage, mum and dad obviously want to help to find the best bride or the groom for their child. But all this radio does is actually increases the choice of what is available. There is still that process of getting to know each other. Hello, Mr. Sharma.
Hello.
You're calling from Bradford?
Yeah. It's my daughter. I'm talking about. She's 20. She will be 22 in March.
22 in March?
Yeah.
46 1000. James Whale.
Now, a little refreshment. It's all a bit, first show of a new series, it's all a bit hit and miss. I don't think I fancy that at all. We've got all the... Where's my bag? Oh, here it is.
Don't call me the bag.
Don't call you the bag?
Oh, sorry.
This is our hospitality suite. In some programs, they have a room on the budget for our show. We have a bag. It's okay.
Don't you love the logo?
No, it's okay. I paid for it. Don't worry about it. Right, we've got some wine and we have some brandy and...
It's party time.
Good, good. That's nice. So actually what we'll do is invite people in the commercial break and they can have something to drink. Now, mind your dress. Right.
Will I nestle closer?
Yes, I think you should. Now, when you were thinking, well, you weren't thinking of having an arranged marriage, or when you may have had an arranged marriage, did they send you on little lessons and things like that, or not?
I'll tell you something which one had to do. My aunts taught me. It was one held a coin in one's cheeks.
In one's cheeks? What, sort of here? Oh, no. Okay. We'll practice that back in a few moments. In one's cheeks. Whaley's on. Welcome back live tonight from Leeds. And don't forget, if you'd like to join us on the show, because we have a few people around here scattered about, if you'd like to come, if you can make it to Leeds late on a Friday night, Saturday morning, drop us a line. We'll give you the address a little bit later on. Now, with me is Shanaz Bahada. Is that pretty good pronunciation?
That's
not bad, is it?
Okay.
Okay. Now, Shanaz works for the Social Services Department, and she's called upon from time to time to help when people are upset about arranged marriages, okay?
Yes,
now,
that's true.
What is the biggest problem that young girls, Asian girls particularly, face when they're likely to be forced to marry someone they don't want to marry?
I suppose the issues are around growing up in an environment which is somewhat different to the family systems they are brought up in, and within the context of that, at times there are difficulties associated with those issues, and at times arranged marriage can be one of the difficulty. But it's as it's always perceived as that arranged marriages pose difficulty.
I mean, some
you
girls
cannot isolate it from the other issues and other difficulties.
Some girls have actually committed suicide rather than go through with a marriage. Is that right?
Again, I would say that it's really an association of multiple issues put together. And
why in this day and age,
arranged marriage has always been seen as sort of,
Why in this day and age would an arranged marriage even be considered in this country?
I would ask you, I mean, what do you consider an arranged marriage? What is your interpretation?
Well, presumably you meet somebody. I mean, you meet somebody, you fall in love perhaps, or fall in lust, or whatever it is, and get married. I don't like the idea of somebody saying, now, this is the person you're going to marry, whether you like it or not. Here, this is the person you're going to marry, and that's all there is to it.
But I think the arranged marriage is a model, is a system, which is very much with the consent of the couple. But what really is looked into is also the consent of the family and the parents, the extended family and the parents. But the consent of the couple is very important.
If the couple don't consent, then are you saying that a lot of arranged marriages wouldn't then go ahead?
There are time periods when the couple don't consent to the arrangement which is being arranged by either their family or by their parents.
So what happens in a situation like that when they're forced to go ahead?
Well, I'm going to come to that point. Definitely, if the parents are not consenting, they will give reasons to the couple. They will give clear reasons as to why they don't want.
Okay, we'll come back, Shanaz, and talk more about that in a few minutes, and we'll take some calls on that subject as well. If you've got any strong feelings about arranged marriages, call us on 0532 46 1000. We're taking some calls a little later on. But now, for the next part of the programme, we thought a little humour is probably necessary. I'm just trying to check it out. We've got any light for you over there, Paul? No? Not really. Okay, so this is all going to be done in dark. You'll enjoy this. All the lights are gone. We've got a few people holding torches, which is quite funny over here. This is the almost incredible Paul Zenon, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you very much. Good evening. As you just heard, my name's Angela Rippon, and I'm a TV presenter. That's not true, actually, but I am very good at shoplifting. What I'm going to do for you tonight is something, that's the one James couldn't get in on the breakfast show. What I'm going to do for you now is something very, very unusual. Has anybody got a sheep? I said, no, I'm going to come out here and really sock it to your late night TV live the wow, so I'm going to do some juggling. Thanks. This is a little bit different though. Tonight I'm going to attempt to juggle using this. Why make life difficult, you know? If you're going to do anything dodgy, always remember to use a sheath. That's what I say. That knife's on the floor now. So here's one I made earlier. Now this knife is in fact razor sharp. Ping. And it's also 100 years old. Happy birthday to... It's 100 years old, so I've had to replace the wooden handle. And also the blade.
Oh no, Paul.
It is in fact razor sharp.
Yeah, okay.
Look at that. In fact, whoosh!
Oh, for Christ's sake, Paul, look what you... Dear me.
Okay. 2 razor sharp knives on this completely ordinary ping pong ball. I must stress the ping pong ball is completely ordinary. It's me that's not. Now I'm going to juggle these 3 objects, which is difficult because they're different sizes and different weights, and I'm crap. And at the end, I'm going to try and catch the ping pong ball on my nose, because that's the kind of guy I am. A prat. Now, if I get the sequence wrong, you'll know, because I'll have a knife impaled in my head about there, right? I don't care, I like to live on the edge. I drink milk after the sell-by date, and you can't stop me. Now, when I start juggling, could you start clapping straight away, please? Because normally it doesn't last very long. That's enough. That's it. Sorry, that's what's known in show business as lack of talent. Now, this time, as I come amongst you... rephrase that, as I walk amongst you... Well, come on then, for Christ's sake! Well, how else would you do it? Be fair. Obviously mistook me for someone with talent. I learned that trick while I was in Texas, by the way. It's amazing, really. I only went in to buy some wallpaper. Ah! It's all right. It's still me. Spooky, that. I'll tell you how I did that later. Ladies and gentlemen, now, I don't know if you read yesterday, but apparently one of the guys in the Turtle film has become a bit of a junkie. So I'd like to do my tribute to him. This is a mutant teenage ninja hero turtle on acid. Thank you. And now the weather. Thanks very much. Good night.
Next week on the show, we have got a sheep, by the way. Thank you very much indeed, Paul. How do we get back into arranged marriages now? We've just been joined by Abu Bashir. Abu, thanks for coming along. Now, Abu, you actually have been a recipient of a... I don't know if I say that really, who cares? You've been the recipient of an arranged marriage, right? No wonder he's smiling. Now, I believe you first met your wife the day you got married?
The day before.
Oh, sorry. I do like to be factually correct. The day before you got married. What happened? Tell me.
Well, she was introduced to me by a kind immigration officer.
Yes.
Got married the next
You were very
day.
lucky in that case, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, you can come in if you want. Anybody knocking on the door out there, you come in. When you saw her, what were your first thoughts?
Well, it was expected really in a way, because I knew my father was making the arrangement in Bangladesh. So it's how you build yourself psychologically.
You see,
really. So
it's okay for you because in the sort of Asian society, men are far superior. Don't worry about this, Shinaz. We'll get him in a few moments. To women, aren't they? So I mean, your old man is say, well, we get a nice.
That's an assumption.
Is it an assumption?
It's another assumption.
But they do treat their women very badly sometimes. Don't
I will not
they?
make any sexist comment. Thank you.
So if she'd even decided she didn't like the look of you or she didn't want to get married to you, she was brought all the way over here to marry you, she would have had no option, would she? Pen's knackered again.
Well, how can she possibly refuse me?
Oh, get out of here.
I would have thought that Abu probably would have had a trip of Bangladesh and probably have seen that.
No, he only saw her the day before. He didn't see her at all.
Because, I mean, that's normally what happens.
Yeah.
If the arrangement is to be arranged between two countries, like sort of here or India or Pakistan or Bangladesh, normally what happens in terms of like my knowledge is that the boy or the girl do go over and
but this didn't happen for Abu.
It depends really.
It depends. It's different.
Yeah.
Sort of Yabli family is different.
It's depend on how much faith you have on your parents.
Yeah.
Arranged marriage is a very complicated process. You just don't go out and get a girl for your son or a boy for your daughter. You go through various stages.
Would you actually do this yourself or not?
Sorry, arrange?
A marriage for your children?
Yes, I hope I would be in a position to do that.
Okay, we're going to come back again. The trouble with this program is, of course, we don't have enough time, but we'll be back in a few moments and we'll be taking some calls in the next part after this.
Bow, 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 bow.
James Whale.
The James Whale Radio Show.
Oh, I forgot how knackering it was. Hello, welcome back. Now, a new feature of the show is Whaley's Live Whalers. You may remember in our last series we had Whaley's Whalers, an occasional series where if you'd done something on a video and you filmed it at home, we asked you to send it in and we showed it if it was horrible enough. So this series, we thought what we would do is, if you want to be on television, this is your big chance. There's a lack of decent talent shows around really at the moment. I think, Cleo, you'll probably agree with me. So we thought, out there must be some people who are good, whether you're like Paul, whether you sing a song, whether you do an animal act, impersonation or otherwise, or whatever you do. We would like you to write to us as soon as possible. This address. Okay, Whaley's Live Whalers, Yorkshire Television, Leeds LS31JS, and maybe we can invite you on the show next week. So if you do something really good, you've never been on TV before, get in touch with us as soon as you can. And before we carry on with our topic tonight, and we've got some phone calls. Where's our phone caller? We've got a very luscious, attractive lady to bring on the phone calls tonight. Obviously we have. All our viewers like that, so... Yes, okay. You all right? Good, fine. Most amusing. Like his dress? It's quite nice.
Moustache.
Very nice indeed. Before we go on, I want to say thank you very much indeed to the world's press for heralding the return of this program. Live, late on a Friday night. The James Whale Radio Show live, of course. And the Express say, more mouth from Mr. Whale, resurfacing after a summer break for more controversy. Very nice indeed, that's a nice one. The Independent say, offensive, dumb chat and tact with a DJ whose waistline is bigger than his IQ. Very nice. I always thought that the Independent was sort of sadly lacking in its facts. I don't think that's particularly big, do you?
No,
I don't think so either. Time Out. It's always nice to be in a hip and trendy magazine. Very nice indeed. Time Out say the lumpy Leviathan with a loud mouth returns for another series in which we are promised more. Even sicker are Whale's efforts to give his guests a hard time. Have I given you a hard time?
No, I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Have I given you a hard time?
been okay.
It's been okay. Wait till we get going. Oh, and the Record Mirror. I always like the Record Mirror because they probably have the most intelligent music journalists working for the Record Mirror. And they say about the return of this show, the fat git's back. That is just not funny. Okay, we'll take some phone calls. Craig in Northern Ireland. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
Craig.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Yeah.
Come a little closer. Yes, Craig.
All right. What do you want to be talking about?
I beg your pardon, Craig?
What do you want me to talk about?
Craig, we're talking here. We're talking here, Craig, about arranged marriages.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Good. Fine. I'm glad about that. Right. You will now be able to continue to watch the programme and follow as we go on. All right. Sean in Stratford. Hello, Sean.
Hi, James.
Yes, Sean.
Well, just over 2 months ago, I was forced into an arranged marriage by my parents. And the thing that got me most about it was how unexpected it was, a bit like this.
Yes, Sean. Unfortunately, I think I had my thumb down before you actually put the phone down, but it was a good try. Give Sean a nice round of applause. I thought that was quite good. Let's hear it for Sean. Thank you very much indeed. Now, let's take Manjid in Ipswich. Hello, Manjid.
Hello, Jim.
Yes, Manjid.
I think people's attitudes nowadays are changing, especially in the young. I think our feelings are of the most importance, and what we think, not what our parents think, are right for us. I too have arranged marriage in February next year. I've never seen the girl. I've never seen her, only photograph of her. You see?
Yeah.
And
funnily enough, where'd you come from, Manjid?
I come originally from Bangladesh.
I see. Okay. You've never seen this girl?
No, I've only seen her through photograph, you see.
And you're quite prepared to marry her, right?
No, I don't want to marry her, you see, but my mother, she's very upset.
It's a very strange accent you have there,
No.
Manjid. It must be from the north part of Bangladesh. Steve in North London. Can we go to Steve? Hello, Steve.
Hello, James.
Yes, Steve.
I'm ringing up to say I disagree completely with arranged marriages.
Well, it's interesting, Steve. Why, I wonder? Because when 1 in 3 marriages in this country that aren't arranged end in divorce, apparently.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you wouldn't go out and buy a car without giving it a road test first, would you?
No, that's a very good point. I like that, Steve. I like the way you're thinking. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take some more calls a little later on. Keep them coming in. If you would like, of course, to write on this subject or anything else, you can write to us at Wales Mail, care of Yorkshire Television in Leeds. And if we use your letter, we will send you a packet of late-night entertainment. Now, how about a nice wife from Thailand? Look at this.
Whaley goes to town.
Where are you? Nice of you to meet me from the train. It's amazing what you find in the Exchange and Mart these days. I was just looking through it to find a new limo for the whale show. I thought we should updo our image slightly. And I came across this advertisement, which is what brought me here to Chislehurst in Kent. Now, just listen to this. Thai girls, choose your partner for life. 250 beautiful Thai girls on our 3-hour VHS colour video and travelogue. A delight to view. Price, £10. Well, where else can you buy a Thai girl for £10? I had to come and find out.
Jump is 21 years of age, 5 foot tall, is single, measures 31, 24, 33, and has had high school education.
Why do you think men over here are so interested in girls from Thailand?
I think everybody has, how you say, an attraction for or being attracted to the East, especially men.
Yeah.
Each one for his own. I mean, I only know about myself, but I know that many men I have, many clients I have are of the same. You know, other chaps are not interested.
Suna is 25, 5 foot 2 tall, is single, measures 32, 26, 38, and holds a university degree.
Well, it's not, how you say, uncommon in the East for arranged marriages, and many men just find it quite easy to come to grips with it. Mind you, they've been writing sometimes for 2 years.
Jar is 25 years of age, 5 foot 3 tall, measures 31, 24, 34. She is single and has high school education.
Some of the bits I've been reading about your organisation And some of the men who've tried it have said, listen, I'm getting over 60 now. Young girls would never look at me. I go over there. And one guy here said he was sort of very large, just not attractive to women. But over in Thailand, they didn't seem to mind.
That's quite right, yes.
I mean,
In fact, my
that's
wife's
awful.
30 years difference.
Yeah?
Doesn't see me as being any different than herself. Same age, she thinks.
Dear, how did you first meet Charles?
I go to office in Bangkok.
Did you see pictures of lots of men?
Oh no, I see advert in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Englishman want to marry a Thai girl, and I very interesting.
What did you want to leave Thailand? All that sunshine and
I want to have.
sun and surf.
I have a lot of friends, you know, tell me about Englishman, talk about Englishman, or very good man. If get married, you know.
Did you know when you first saw Charles he would be the one for you?
I think yeah. When I look him and I think, oh, you know, look nice man and very good man, and I think for me, yeah.
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 Tanny is 22 years of age, 5'4" tall, measures 33, 26, 35. She is single and has had high school education.
Already they've seen the video, they've written to numerous girls, and they've had replies, and then they go over and make their choice.
R is 34 years of age, 5'4.5" tall, measures 34, 28, 38. She's divorcee with 2 children, aged 7 and 3, and has had elementary education.
What sort of girls do you think write in to you to get onto your video? I mean, the girls
Well, they do it all in Thailand.
They do it all in Thailand?
Yes, it's all advertised in Thailand, and they're from all walks of life.
You're sure that some of these are not bar girls or prostitutes?
Positive. Bar girls and prostitutes wouldn't want to come to England.
They wouldn't?
Not to be married. They might want to come to England for other purposes, but certainly not to be married to Englishmen. They're having too much of a whale of a time over there.
Jid is 23 years of age, 5'2" tall, single, measures 32, 25, 36. She has college education and is an accountant by profession.
It takes an afternoon to get married over
You can get married in an afternoon? What about getting divorced?
The same. The same thing in reverse in an afternoon.
Sudha is 29 years of age, 5 foot tall, measures 30, 24, 35. She's divorcee with 2 children, 9 and 7, and has high school education.
People come to you, they pay you the £3,000 or something like that.
No. They pay me part, and the rest of it is paid over there.
I see. They go over, and if they're not happy, then they don't pay the rest, presumably. If they don't come
That's
back
it,
with
yes,
a girl.
yes. They have to pay their own hotel, but they get a guaranteed marriage or no fee.
46 1000. James Whale.
What? Yeah, no, it's... Just hang on just a moment, because Cleo's come undone slightly. It's okay, I think that's okay. Right. Sit down, thanks very much. Sorry. Now, oh yes, the River City...
Silver disc in.
The silver disc. The River City people sent this to us, gave it to me earlier, because when we had them on the show a long time ago, a lot of other people wouldn't play their records and wouldn't talk to them. And now, of course, everybody wants them on. And we have them here live tonight for you with the title track from their album, which is great. You must get the album, it's brilliant. And this is called Say Something Good. Ladies and gentlemen, the River City people!
Thank you, James. It's so hot here tonight.
Earthlings, satellite television is dying. We cannot survive without the program you call the James Whale Radio Show. Any program could fill a nighttime schedule, but only one can get ratings. Our contract people will soon be negotiating. You have been warned.
Okay, we're back, and we go into the phone calls in a few moments. We have been joined now. Abu, introduce me to your friends. This is Shafan.
Yes.
At the end, Shafan.
And this is her husband, Mustaq.
Now, you have had an arranged marriage.
That's right.
And you're wonderfully happy, and you've come here to say what a wonderful thing it is.
Just about.
Is he all right?
Yeah.
So, lean over this way, because we can't hear you over there. He's okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
Now, supposing he'd been horrible,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's a bit smooth as it is, just a trifle smooth. Supposing he'd been horrible, would you have still had to go through with it?
No, because my mum and dad showed me a photograph and then we got to meet each other.
Yeah.
And then we talked and everything and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And he is.
He is?
Yeah.
How many, just very quickly, I mean, we've got Fellini on directing tonight, so usually he's quite quick. We'll see. How many people in the audience, any of you fancy an arranged marriage or not? No, I mean, don't be shy, please. You're an ugly bunch of... anybody there had an arranged marriage? No?
No.
Anybody want an arranged marriage?
No.
Not even interested, any of the girls from Siam? Look at them laughing. No, they're not going to say anything in case they're noticed by their mates. I see. Abu, listen, it's all great fun and everybody's quite happy here today. In 1989, a girl in Reading died horrifically after dousing herself in petrol and striking a match after she became increasingly depressed about her marriage. I have another story here about the mystery of a bride in the airport snatch recently in London. Okay, taken away because she didn't want to get married. We've seen the nicer side, the working side of arranged marriages. This doesn't always work this well, does it?
No, I mean, you have various systems. I mean, it doesn't always work. There are unfortunate incidents. What I can say in that is there are bad arrangements. Where the marriage doesn't work, you tend to find that the parent hasn't done their homework.
Could I interject, please?
I beg your pardon?
I must say that if I was marrying, I think it's imperative that all men who are marrying girls watch an immense amount of Cary Grant films and stop in at Tiffany's quite often and buy large diamonds.
Cleo, just relax, all right?
Large diamonds.
Cary Grant's very old now.
He's
very dead.
Unfortunately very dead.
Yes.
But large diamonds at Tiffany's say a lot.
You like your men like that, don't you, I've heard?
I love diamonds. Diamonds last longer than any man.
Why can't, just before we get on, listen, I'm really quite keen to see that there's more integration in the world, not only... Why can't there be more integration in marriages, particularly in Asian marriages? Why do they get so hung up? Why do you get so hung up if a white guy falls in love with an Asian girl, or if an Asian girl falls in love with a white guy? It seems to be absolutely... Very few Asian fathers can bear that.
I suppose it's the practicalities which go along with it. Like, there are sort of, different, various differences, such as the basic differences.
Yeah.
Sort of, different religions. You're trying to bring different religions together. You're trying to bring the different cultures together. And it's the practicality around those. It's those which cannot be integrated as really...
You see, we tried, I'm sorry, Abu, but and he's such a nice smile, and he's such a perfect guy. We tried to invite some people on who really didn't want to have anything to do with arranged marriages. They were so scared. One girl told us that if she came anywhere near a TV camera and she was found, her parents would kill her. Well, this seriously.
Yeah, I mean, fine. I mean, the issue is not arranged marriages, is what you're
Just a minute. Can you pack your stuff up when we finish the show?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I beg your pardon. Very rude.
See, I mean, there is two notions, really. I mean, if you look at it from Western viewpoint, the notion of love, I mean, you have the process of dating, courtship, sometimes
you have to have a Mr. Right looking for a Miss Perfect.
Cohabitations, and then you go into marriages. But the system, the arranged marriage system works the other way around. You're looking at adaptability, compatibility, responsibility, and then love comes.
Do you think some of us, I mean, Cleo nearly had an arranged marriage, and other cultures
The thing is what I was saying to James earlier, is that you're prepared to give and sacrifice, but who wants to sacrifice if walks through your door some schmuck? Now, if my parents arrived with Cary Grant or Clark Gable,
yes,
there would have been no question. Oh, James Whale. There would have been no question of
We're trying not to let anybody know about that. Yeah, okay,
discretion prevails. But the thing is, I think there has to be some element of compatibility. Otherwise, your flesh recedes and you just feel horrible.
You get clenchy buttock, don't you?
Clenchy buttock.
Parents.
As is your womb.
And it is parent responsibility to assess that. I mean, they look at family history, they look at, if there has been any incident in the family. Everything comes in.
Do you think we, in this kind of culture or whatever we live in, do you think we would benefit from maybe more parents taking more of an interest in their children's marriage?
I'm sure you would. I mean, if you look at the statistic, the divorce rate in arranged marriage system is much lower than it is in the
Yeah, but you can't get divorced, can you, in an arranged marriage?
Of course
you can.
Can you?
That's another assumption. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, media's presentation of arranged marriage is absolutely that it's.
Yeah, but once you've become divorced, I mean, nobody wants to marry you
I
again.
suppose for you, I mean, arranged marriage shouldn't be new. I mean, look at the royalty. I mean.
Oh, I agree.
If the arranged marriage can work for them,
I agree.
why can't it work for other sort of systems?
That's a poor example.
And
the world is very thin on the ground for lovely gentlemen to marry.
Sorry?
It's very thin on the ground for a girl, from a girl's point of view, for lovely men to marry. Now, you were lucky, Lovebot, because I can see he's a sweet...
Tony in Wrexham, are you there, Tony?
I mean, Luke also contributed.
Hang on just a minute, let's talk to Tony in Wrexham on the phone. Yes, Tony?
Good morning.
Sorry we kept you waiting a long time, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm getting back into the swing of it, Tony. Your point?
Yeah, putting religion to one side, if Asian people wanted to marry white people,
yeah,
and the parents disagreed with it, isn't there a slight hint of racialism?
Well, I think probably Abu and my friends here would agree that maybe one of the most racist
they
countries
can't put religion to one side.
Yeah.
It
India
is
and
impossible
Pakistan and Bangladesh.
to
There's a
put
lot of
religion to
racism
one
there.
side.
It's impossible.
It's impossible to put religion on one side. It's the
It
survival
should be
is
impossible
religion.
to put religion to one side.
can't
It
be.
should be, because religion could destroy the world, couldn't
I mean,
it?
it's not just religion. It's the whole issue
Yeah.
of taking away parent responsibility, where it's a way of bringing shame into the family. It's not questionable. It's not the marriage.
Do you like the white British or not? I mean, can you get on? Do you like white British people? Can you get on with us really or not? I mean, do you find us a little bit lax in our morals and everything else? Not you, obviously,
I mean,
Cleo,
it
but me.
doesn't mean that we don't
Yeah.
agree with inter-race marriages, that we don't like white British.
Yeah.
That is wrong again. That is again an assumption.
But the thing is, shouldn't the couple be a couple and bubble themselves in their own element of glee?
Could you speak English? I'm sorry. Mike from Manchester. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Yeah.
I think what we're talking about here with arranged marriages in the royal family and Asians and things...
Good, okay, Mike, ring back when you can get it together a little quicker than that. Jerry from Nottingham. Hello, Jerry.
Hi, James.
Yes, Jerry, to the point, please.
I'm supposed to be getting married in 4 weeks, yeah. And,
well done, Jerry. I hope you make it to the church. Daphne in Watford. Hello, Daphne.
Hello?
Hello, Daphne.
How can you talk such a load of
I don't know, Daphne. It seems to be getting a lot easier, Daphne. I'm sorry nobody'd marry you, but there we are. Frank from South London. Where in South London, Frank?
Stockwell, James.
All right.
I was married for 10 years. I had an arranged marriage. How important is the dowry?
Okay, that's a good point. The dowry is important.
Dowry is important for various reasons. It offers security to the...
How much will be a good thing for a dowry?
Well, it depends on how wealthy you are.
We're going to arrange a few marriages here while we're going. Join us next week. We're looking at secrets. We've got Ken Livingston on the show, and we also have the very, very lovely page 3 girl whose name escapes me at the moment. Can anybody remind me who it was? I've forgotten. I've had a complete mind blank. Join us next Friday night, 1:05. Until then, from all my guests, the River City people, Paul Zenon, Cleo, and everybody in the audience, thank you, good night, have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Arriba.